So, what kind of goddess are you is the question. There are many different types of goddesses. It's going back to the elemental kingdom. We have water. Are you a water goddess? Are you a woman who is of the heart, who's emotional, who's very good to talk to, very easygoing about problems, emotional problems from others? Do you wear your heart on your sleeve? Are you this person that cares above all else about the environment, about children, about kids galore? You could be a big head even if you're 83. You think you love animals. You love everybody. You see the potential and the good in everyone. Then you're a water goddess. You are. You're just a water goddess. You're very good with intuition. You take emotional, issues at heart. You might be a type of person meditating all the time based on the context of maybe someone saying something to you and then trying to discern it. So with that, you can have powers of intuition. You can have powers of great insight. You can see into other worlds. Water goddesses are very rare and very needed. You can heal hearts. You can heal relationships. That's what you can do. So if you're not a water goddess, if that's too heavy, then we go to the air kingdom. I'm more of air. I'm kind of like two elements. So I consider myself like a light earth goddess. But definitely air is the symbol of being an air goddess, being a goddess of the mind, a goddess of the intellect, a goddess of higher self. You're more about trying to expand your consciousness, want to know more about yourself and how the mind works. And you use that for everything in life. You use that to heal yourself, use that principle to heal others, to help others discern their problems through mental intellect, through knowledge. And that might be just for you. So then we go into, those type of goddesses usually are scientists, doctors, nurses, researchers. Maybe nurses is more like a combined air and water together, right? But definitely you are using your intellect to heal. So that could lead you in many different places. So if you're not an air goddess, if you're not a water goddess, then there we go to fire. You could be a fire goddess. Maybe you don't want all that. Maybe you don't want to deal with people's problems. Maybe you don't want to teach people. Maybe you don't want to teach people. Maybe you're just like fire. Like, I want to have a good time. The way I heal, the way I help others heal is through entertainment. I could throw a party. I could be entertaining. I could make you laugh. Comedy is hell of a drug. Comedy does heal. So maybe you're the only one that wants to always smile and crack a joke because that's your medicine, and that's how you would best heal others, is through the fire. So always having a good time. You don't want to talk about anything heavy, and that's you. And that's something you just have to tell people so they don't get too mad about you not being there for their emotional problems. So you're just fire. You just want to do something exciting, and that's how you heal. You might throw a party, be entertaining. You might try to wow somebody, like something they don't know. Maybe do some magic tricks. Maybe you might sing, like an entertainer, like singer, actress, drama queen. Yeah, you have to always crack a joke because that's just how you heal, or that's your way in life. And you're just fire. You're a fire goddess. Fire goddesses tend to be very creative, but very passionate with the creativity. They tend to create out of thin air. They could be entrepreneurs, they could be business women, they could be they could pretty much master the entertainment realm. They're very, very desired, very important. Although sometimes fire goddesses need to know when to cool it down, because sometimes it can get too fiery, if you know what I mean. Too fiery. It can be out of control. So if you're not a fire goddess, then you're an earth goddess. Maybe you don't want to entertain people. Maybe you don't want to give people information or knowledge. Maybe you're not, into that. Maybe you're not even trying to be emotional and, get into the heart and dig through people's heart pains. Maybe you're just keeping it real. Maybe you're practical. Maybe you just like to be in nature. And maybe you like to heal with food. Maybe you like to heal with like physical things. You like to heal with money. Maybe you're the type of person who's generous and give money to people all the time. Or, you give them your cookies, like not your real cookies. But your baked cookies, like actual food, like you're the type that giving food to people in the office, like that's what you are, you know. You like to do people's hair, you'll do your own hair, you give them tips on like beauty and hair and stuff like that, and you know, food and herbs that heal, like things that heal the body through like proper nutrition and exercise. Like maybe you're just that type of goddess. You're very practical. You'll give information that works, that you know has been tried and tested and true. That's the kind of information you could give. In terms of the heart, like a lot of your things that you say will be based on experience. It will be practical, and so it's a very earth and very grounding way to heal. People do need that type of healing because it is kind of a sense of like, okay, of security, like this can be done, you're doing this, you sound good, so I can do this and I can be sound good and I can be healthy. So it kind of I think earth goddesses, they give hope to people that they've mastered a certain realm of things, and they will really believe what you have to say, and hope that it gives them that type of healing as well. So they can be very, I'm going to say, creative as well in that respect with the earth, being able to divine more earth energies. So they could be more good at being like a poet, like a potter, anything doing with the physical, maybe writer, like maybe you have a way of words and you're writing them down, and but it's like, you know, where people can understand. It's like you could break it down. You could break down language where people can understand. It doesn't have to sound so smart, snooty, and people respect you for that. Like they don't say that you're not stupid, but they know that you're breaking it down for them in ways that they can understand. Like people enjoy that type of simplicity, that grounded simplicity, and you have a way of doing it. You have a way of kind of connecting with people like I'm like everybody else, and then it helps other people feel like they can be themselves and understand the knowledge that you give in a more practical sense to get through their problems. So maybe you might be an earth goddess. So I say I'm more of a air and earth goddess combined, because I do like principles of the earth, but I do like air, and I do like learning new information, and maybe some things haven't been tried before, and you need to experiment. That's the way I look at things, and like maybe I have to experiment and test it out and then make it into a practical system that, okay, I've tried it, I developed, you know, devised a system, I learned some new things, and I put it into a new system, tried it out for the first time, and a couple times it works. So then it becomes my new earth system. So I have a need to like be an innovator and like regenerating new things. That's why I combine both the air and earth principle together. So I'd be right now, Joy would be considered more of a light earth goddess. Now, if you combine all the elements together, you're looking at an empress. Now, the empress, she is like the walking goddess of us all. Like, you know, you'll feel that from certain women who just seems like they mastered all the elements. They could pretty much be adept at a, you know, every little thing. They're very creative. They can go back and forth between air, water, fire, earth. They can handle pretty much any situation and anyone that comes their way, basically. And they have this type of healing that they can heal whole neighborhoods just by being in close proximity and dealing with them. They're very powerful. So there are not many empresses either. So you just have to really tap into your goddessness and your goddesshood and affirming your power, your empowerment, and know that you're a goddess. If men can be gods, why can't women be goddess? Like we're daughters of the divine too. So get out of this way of thinking of insecurity of, oh, we can't be divinity. That's how they try to hide our divinity. Something to think about. But what type of goddess are you?